The best ever. I'm the most brutal and vicious and most ruthless champion there's ever been. There's no one can stop me. Lynx is a conqueror. No, I'm Alexander. He's no Alexander. I'm the best ever. There's never been anybody as ruthless. I'm Sonny Liston. I'm Jack Dempsey. There's no one like me. I'm from Nairclaw. There's no one that can match me. My style is impetuous. My defense is impregnable. And I'm just ferocious. I want your heart.
What's up with it, Boxer fans? So in recent news, we know that Earl Spence has accepted the rematch clause versus Terrence Crawford. So we will be seeing a rematch of that maybe towards the end of this year, whatever the case may be, December, maybe early next year. Honestly, going into that fight, Earl Spence does have a few adjustments to make. I think he'll be okay at 154. I think it'll be a bit more of a competitive fight than the last outing was a little bit, one-sided, a lot of it one-sided. But him moving to 154, I think he'll do a little bit better. We'll see. The odds is obviously going to be in Terrence's favor. So, I'll do a breakdown shortly on my opinions on that. But I do believe that there are a few adjustments that he can potentially make. But, it's good to see boxing is definitely back on top. We have September the 30th. That is another fight that's coming up. Charlo versus Canelo. In my opinion, I think it's a great style matchup. Charlo has to be proven at 168 though. I ain't gonna lie. That is a big step up. I'm probably gonna be riding with Charlo. I ain't gonna lie. But 2 weight classes, bro. That's a lot for any fighter. I ain't gonna lie. We talking Kell Brook. We seen what happened with him. There's also a couple other guys. One's on the tip of my tongue, but anyway, it'll come back to me. But moving up 2 weight classes for anybody is a crazy challenge. We seen, and honestly, you move up 2 weight classes and just to come right back down to fight top competition, because I guarantee you, win, lose, or draw, that's exactly what's gonna happen. That's dangerous as well. You putting on and taking off that body mass. So we'll see what's gonna come of it. Shakur Stevenson potentially fighting Frank Martin. Frank the Ghost Martin. That's a great matchup. I ain't gonna lie to you. That's the main fight that I really want to touch on. Shakur, yes, he has had quality opponents, moving up from 126 to 130, now making his stint at 135. Excuse me. Now making his stint at 135. Man, he's had some good fights. Rivera, that was one good fight. His last outing recently, it was a hurdle for him to get over. He did pull out the win. Some people said, it was a bit controversial. I believe the guy took a knee or something like that in about the 11th to 12th round. Then I remember Frank coming on strong at the 12th. So if any one of these guys, Shakur or Frank Martin, they talk about they want the Gervonta Tank Davis fight, this is a good look for both of them ahead of that matchup. I ain't gonna lie to you. Both guys are explosive. Both guys have great defense. Both guys are going to, at least give a challenge at the early set part of the fight. So it's something that I'm definitely looking forward to. Honestly, it's one of the most perfect matchups that we can get if they really talk about stepping in the ring with Tank. So Shakur versus Tank, I love to see it. Frank versus Tank, we all know the sparring rumors and all of that. I love to see it. A fight that I want to see Tank have before he gets in the ring with Shakur or Frank, man, give Jermaine Ortiz a shot. I think that's a great preparation fight. It's a great change of pace. Tank has been fighting a lot of guys who aren't the best defensively sound guys. I'm gonna be honest with you, but some people can argue the same for both sides. I can't wait for those. I mean, if we get Shakur versus Frank Martin, definitely, bro. That's honestly just a cherry on top of the whole entire year. if we talking about still having Charlo versus Canelo, we talking about still having Earl Spence versus Terrence Crawford too. We know that's gonna be a banger still. You know, it's gonna be a bang for our buck. We gonna get our money's worth no matter what. So it is what it is. But Shakur versus Frank Martin, those are two young lions still trying to prove themselves at that 135-pound division. So this right here is gonna clear a lot of the smoke in the division and show us who's capping, who ain't. So we gonna get it, you know, pretty sure. Honestly, I believe it's gonna happen by the end of the year. That's just my opinion. But anyways, what other fights we got coming up? Matter of fact, let's pull up a few. So in our upcoming boxing schedule, we have supposedly Regis Prograis versus Devin Haney. Man, that's gonna be a great fight at 140. Oh my gosh, that's one of those action, bro. We get that, man. I don't think we'll ever see a year of boxing as well as this one, to be honest with you. But Regis versus Devin, that's supposed to be still be in the works. They have it on here for the zone. August 28th. We'll see. You know how that is. We'll believe it whenever they step in the ring. Then you have January 13th, Artur Beterbiev versus Kalen Smith. Any fight where Beterbiev is in there is gonna be a great fight. I'm be honest with you. Forget the Tyson Fury versus Ngannou. I'm not spending my money to see that. But this last fight, man, Kalen Smith, he ain't no slouch. I'm gonna say that. Yeah, Canelo stopped him and all that, whatever. But it is what it is. We're gonna see great matchups for the rest of this year. We're gonna close out the year great. So y'all, let me know what y'all want to see in the comments. Frank Martin versus Shakur Stevenson. How do y'all see that going? I will be giving you guys a breakdown shortly of Canelo versus Charlo. I will give you a breakdown of Terrence versus Earl Spence #2. And if we get that Frank Martin versus Shakur Stevenson, you will be getting a breakdown of that as well. Y'all stay tuned. I do have a special guest dropping this weekend interview. So y'all stay tuned for that one because it's going to be something worth seeing. It's out of Team Crawford's count. So y'all stay tuned. We out.
You should look good.